Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 2 of the NFL.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
It was terrible to see Jameis Winston suffer his torn ACL last season because he had the Saints rolling in his first year running the show in New Orleans. They went 5-2 in his starts, and they were just 4-6 after he was injured. And how about this? He only threw 3 interceptions, really addressing the big concern people had from his time as a starter in Tampa. New Orleans, they plan to roll with him for a second season and hope that last year's performance will carry over in a full season.
From the 31, Winston. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
On second down, they'll run it here. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. For the Bucs and Saints, expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Winston finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Winston. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Winston. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw, Winston. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Off the play fake, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Out is Chris Nagar now to try the field goal from 28 yards out. Nagar's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive.
They're led out by the fourth-year man out of Duke, and that's Daniel Jones.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing, Jones. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant.
And he's got some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another 2nd down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays 2nd down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
The Bucs had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But if they can get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season, it could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
That. They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Winston now to throw on first down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Throwing, Winston. He gets it left side to Johnson. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Jones on first down.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw again. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Kamara off the draw, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming. The first, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
So if you like field goals, this...
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now. They start the second half with Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On 1st and 10, Jones. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Dances by him. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's Jones on 3rd and 2.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Von Bell up to make the tackle. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Jones. It's caught by Davis.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught over the middle by Fant.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. Jones. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right back to Hubbard.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Jameis to throw it.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Winston.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Tavon Young. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Winston readies the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:46 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. Catch is made by Metcalf. Jameis now on 1st down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Winston.
And that's caught by Williams.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Finding Williams once more, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Steps away to his left.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Let's go. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. To the air again with Winston. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Chris Nagar now for the extra point.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And they take a knee. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Buccaneers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us.